How are you praying? Because if you are praying in bed, perhaps that's why God is not listening to your prayers. Today, I want to show you the right way to pray and how to truly speak with God. Many people claim, I pray every day, but they do it lying in bed, half asleep, phone still in hand, body relaxed, and spirit unfocused. Do you really think that's prayer? Do you believe that kind of praying can move heaven and earth? God isn't your social media buddy. He's not just your roommate. He is the Almighty God, the creator of all things. And if you're going to speak to him, you can't treat it like just any conversation. You must approach him with honor and reverence. Praying in bed feels close, but it quietly weakens your spiritual fire. Your mind drifts, your words fade, and respect slips away. God is not a casual contact at the end of your day. Keep listening, because a simple shift can change your whole prayer life. Many people believe lying in bed is enough to connect with God. They hold the phone, scroll a little, mumble a few lines, and fall asleep. They start strong, then drift off mid-prayer without even knowing. It becomes a bedtime trick to sleep faster, not a meeting with God. Posture reveals attitude, and attitude shapes prayer. When you lie down, comfort leads and honor drops. Matthew 26:39 states that Jesus fell with his face to the ground to pray. If Jesus showed reverence with his body, you cannot treat prayer like a nap. Routine. Sleepy words create a false sense of intimacy. You think you are near, but you grow distant inside. Faith weakens, desire fades, and your heart settles for less each night. The habit deepens until pressure hits. Months turn into years without a true meeting with God. Trouble comes, and you reach for strength, but your spirit feels dull. You search for fire, but the room feels cold and silent. You have no reserve, and fear fills the gap. But you can change the direction with one honest choice. Reverence requires intention, discipline, and effort that your body can feel. You stand, you kneel, you sit upright, and you bring focus. Comfort is the enemy of fire, and you choose to fight it. Set a sacred space, even a small corner, and go there on purpose. Keep your body engaged by standing, kneeling, or sitting up to stay alert. 1 Kings 8:54 records that Solomon knelt before all Israel when he prayed. Remove your phone, breathe deeply, speak with humility, and offer your best minutes, not your leftovers. Here is the line you must remember. Comfort kills fire, and reverence fuels prayer. God is not impressed by routine words, but he honors a focused heart. Choose respect over ease, every time. Daniel 6:10 records that he knelt 3 times each day to pray. Even as a high official, he chose reverence in public and in private, and God strengthened him. Tonight, get out of bed, find a place, and meet God with alertness and honor. Now prepare to break the pull of comfort and ignite a steady desire to seek him. People often say God sees the heart, so laziness in prayer is fine. That belief steals your strength and keeps you quiet. Today you move from laziness to a strong, disciplined prayer life. You are closer than you think, but one choice unlocks it. Many people use prayer to fall asleep. They start in bed, mumble a few words, and fade out. They skip set times and say that God understands. Sickness or deep weariness sometimes makes bed prayer wise and kind. Making it normal shows weak devotion, not love. Here is the crack in that thinking. God sees the heart, and he also sees the effort. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, says Matthew 26:41. Real love resists comfort and chooses focus. Your path shifts when you accept this. If comfort rules, faith becomes shallow. Prayer loses edge, and answers feel distant. You start drifting into lukewarm living and quiet compromise. Days pass, and nothing moves inside you. Then the drift pulls harder. One day you look back and see no real change. Your prayers never produced change or broke harmful patterns. You used prayer as a bedtime aid, not serious work with God. The room is quiet, but your heart feels empty and dull. It hurts more than you expected. But there is a better way, and it starts now. True closeness with God needs energy, humility, and sacrifice. Offer your body to God as a living sacrifice, says Romans 12:1. You bring your time, your focus, and your will. That gift opens a new life of prayer. Choose a time when you are alert, often early or during a break. Go to a quiet place, close the door, and turn off devices. Pray to your Father in secret, says Matthew 6:6. Kneel, sit upright, or stand, and speak with clear, honest words. Let your voice and posture show respect and focus. Here is the edge you must hold. God does not want sleepy words. He wants a living sacrifice. Give him your best minutes, not what is left. Let your love look like effort, not excuses. This is your turning point. Many before you rose early, fasted, and knelt until their minds cleared. Awake, sleeper, and rise from the dead, says Ephesians 5:14. Stand up now, set a time, and guard it with simple rules. When you reclaim real zeal, something strong happens. Prayer stops being words and becomes daily life. You can pray anywhere, but not every place helps your soul listen. When you pray where you rest, your body takes over and your focus fades. A sacred prayer space breaks that pattern and lifts your attention. Here is where your prayer life starts to change for real. Most people pray on the move. You whisper a few words while walking or driving. You start a prayer, then pick up your phone and scroll. You never set a place, so prayer blends into everything and becomes nothing. Israel set places to meet with God, and Jesus stepped away to lonely places. Your life needs that same line in the sand. When you mark a place for prayer, your mind understands the moment. You stop treating prayer as background noise, and a new respect grows. If you keep everything casual, prayer grows light and thin. The words come, but your heart stays far away. Soon prayer sounds like small talk, and your soul knows it. Something important slips away. Picture this. You pray each night on your pillow, and you never quit. You speak honest words, yet you feel empty after every amen. The pillow became your prayer place, and your heart went dull. Here is the turn. Prayer space sets the tone for prayer power. When you choose one place and treat it as holy, your whole posture changes. Your body wakes up, your mind clears, and your spirit leans in. Choose a consistent spot that you can return to each day. Keep it simple and quiet, with your phone far away. Place a Bible and a journal there, and use a chair or a kneeling space. Enter that spot the same way each time. Sit upright or kneel, and begin with one clear breath. Over time, your mind will link that space with focus and trust. Remember this line and keep it close. Sacred space creates sacred fire. In plain words, a set, apart place builds focus, strength, and lasting desire. Jesus often withdrew to quiet places to pray. And the teaching is clear. Matthew 6:6 says, "Go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father." Choose your spot today, clear it, and treat it with respect. Sit there, read one verse, and speak to God with a clear mind. But even with a space prepared, the struggle remains. You must push past weariness when your flesh begs for rest. Your spirit wants to pray, but your body wants to sleep every night. Jesus named this battle in the Garden of Gethsemane. He said, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." Matthew 26:41. You can overcome this weakness, and it starts in a surprising place. Many people think prayer can wait until after everything else. They try to pray last thing at night and drift away. They set no rhythm, and the day steals their focus. Respect fades, and guilt grows. This approach fails because your energy follows your order. When you give God the last minutes, you give your weakest self. Strength comes when you give him the first and best minutes. Discipline is the bridge between desire and power. If you ignore this, focus keeps slipping, and prayer stays weak. You feel guilt, promise change, then repeat the same cycle. Your mind grows dull, and battles hit harder. Then the crisis comes. In trouble, you try to pray, and last only 9 minutes. Tears come, but strength does not. You expected strength for hard fights, yet you cannot stay awake for 10. You know this cannot continue. But then you see a simple truth. You can train your body to serve your spirit. You can build habits that give God your best focus. Change starts small, and it starts today. Give God first. Fruits of energy with morning prayer. Wake up, wash your face, sit upright, and speak to God with focus. Choose a daily time that does not move, and keep it without excuses. Practice fasting to train desire, and stay watchful by cutting noise and screens. Here is the edge you must remember. A weak flesh cannot support a strong spirit. Your body follows your choices, and your spirit gains strength. Choose mastery over comfort. Decide who leads. In Gethsemane, the disciples slept while Jesus prayed in deep sorrow. Paul wrote, "I discipline my body and keep it under control." 1 Corinthians 9:27. Take action now. Set your morning prayer, add fasting, and stand watch over your mind. And once the flesh is mastered, prayer transforms. It stops being duty and becomes encounter. You can pray every day and still never meet God. Routine words can calm guilt, yet they do not create encounter. When prayer becomes encounter, everything changes inside you and around you. Here is how that shift begins, and how you can step into it. Many people treat prayer like an obligation. They rush through words and repeat empty phrases. They speak without expectation, and then move on with life. You may know this pattern well because it feels safe and quick. Prayer is not routine. Prayer is a meeting with the living God. This truth challenges old habits and quiet excuses. It invites you to slow down and expect a real response. When prayer stays lazy, faith becomes weak and lacks power. You keep going, but you do not grow. Desire fades, and hope feels small. Something has to break. Picture a person who prays for years but never changes. They never feel God's nearness, and doubt grows day by day. They stop expecting anything to happen and start going silent. In time, they start to think that prayer does not matter at all, but then a new thought rises inside you. Prayer is encounter, not routine, and God meets those who seek Him. You come with expectation, and you stay long enough to listen. You begin to notice peace, guidance, and courage that were missing before. Honor the meeting with simple choices that show respect and focus. Choose a set time and a quiet place, and keep your phone away. Read one verse. Thank God for one real thing. Speak honestly, then listen. Wait in silence for a few minutes. Write what helps you obey and love, then act. Here is the core truth you need to remember. Lazy words reach the ceiling. Fervent prayer reaches the throne. Treat prayer like a real meeting, and bring your full attention. Elijah prayed again and again for rain, and after a long drought, it came. James 5:16 says, "The fervent prayer of a righteous person avails much." Start today, expect God. Speak with honesty, listen with stillness, and obey quickly. When prayer becomes encounter, life changes by holy power, and new courage fills your day. This change will shape every choice you make next.